Okay, instead of talking about Avengers Age of Ultron and its spoiler glory, I review a lots of movies. We're gonna stretch this out back to February, just that far, and I'm not gonna review every movie I didn't review a while back. These are just gonna be mini reviews, just to catch up on some stuff, to give you my thoughts on some things I didn't review. We're gonna start with Jupiter Ascending. So Jupiter Ascending is about Mila Kunis, who's, her family's scrubbing toilets for a living, and they're pretty down on their luck. But, it's that generic story, I'm royal, oh my gosh, and all that, Eddie Redmayne villain. It's something. I didn't hate Jupiter Ascending. I didn't even dislike it. I didn't like it, though. I'm very in the middle for this one. But yeah, Jupiter Ascending. Channing Tatum was really good. This is a good start with positives. Channing Tatum was good. Mila Kunis was functional. She wasn't that good, but her character wasn't really that interesting. Jupiter Jones was not that interesting of a character. She was functional in the role, I guess. Stink. Oh yeah. And I'm trying to think of. And it is visually amazing. The Wachowskis did rely too much on visuals instead of story, but visuals are great at least. But there are some really cool action sequences in the movie, especially in the beginning. That was cool and all. But yeah, but Jupiter Ascending is painfully slow. The characters aren't that interesting, really, at all, almost. I mean, Channing Tatum had a decent character, but it wasn't really anything I was really that interested in. I found it quite dull, and Eddie Redmayne's villain, he was bad. He sounded like Richard Harris, sort of. I don't know. The old Dumbledore. That's what he reminds me of. Richard Harris. But yeah, overall, Jupiter Ascending, not that good. No, but it's not bad. But as I said, these are mini reviews. There's gonna be a lot of them. So time frames, if you want to skip over some, in the description. But I'm gonna give Jupiter Ascending a C plus. It is, I guess, disposable entertainment, sort of. Not really. Who cares? But my next review is Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Yeah, I didn't review that movie when it came out. Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is about, well, put it this way. All the characters from the first one except for John Cusack are in this one, and they had to stop, Lou from being murdered. Bleh. I recently watched the first Hot Tub Time Machine, so I can remember his names, because I saw this movie a bit ago, but, yeah. But, and they mean to go to the past to find out who Lou's killer was, or, yeah, I guess you could say killer, yeah. And they accidentally go to the future and meet, John Cusack's character from the first movie, his, what was it, his son, yeah, his son. Yeah, that tells you how much I like this movie. I didn't hate it, but yeah, they find him. It's like Jupiter Ascending. It's actually better than Jupiter Ascending. But Jupiter Ascending, yeah, it's like Jupiter Ascending. I'm very in the middle. A lot of the jokes hit, a lot of them didn't. It was entertaining while it was on. I was quite entertained. It's pretty fast paced, and the characters are fine. I mean, they had good chemistry, so, and they bounce off of each other pretty well. But as I said, for problems, yeah, it's not that. What was that? Oh yeah, a lot of the jokes fall flat, and I didn't like what's his name's character. Exactly. The son of John Cusack's character in the first movie, whatever his name was. I don't remember it right now. I wasn't a huge fan of that character, and I thought that created for some, I guess you could say, annoyance. I mean, he wasn't that annoying. It was like not like Jar Jar Binks annoying, but I don't know. Something about him just didn't appeal to me. They overall also give Out the Time Machine a C plus. Good, a lot of C pluses this year. It's not good. It's very in the middle for me. Like, yeah, middle of the road for me at least. Yeah. You can tell that these are mini reviews because I don't really go into that at all. But the next review is for the Lazarus Effect. So another horror movie. So the Lazarus Effect is basically these people are testing this was it serum? I don't remember anymore. Basically to bring people back from the dead, animals, you know, that kind of thing. And one of them dies during this experiment, and they bring her back. And did she go to hell? Is she possessed now? What's going on? So yeah, didn't like this movie either. I hated this movie, to be honest. Yeah, it's really bad. The performances are quite, well, almost quite bad. No, they were okay for a horror movie, I guess. And there was some good cinematography on top of that, for the most, well, in some scenes. Most of it was actually quite terrible, but and yeah, the characters weren't that likable. I didn't care. I wasn't scared. All jump scares don't work. There wasn't any creepy moments for me, at least. Well, no, there was one. There's one that kind of got me. But besides that, this movie sucks. It suffers from a terrible pace, unlikable characters, very uninteresting story that could have actually been pretty cool. Yeah, it's not that good. So I'm gonna give the Lazarus Effect a D plus. Not very good. Do not recommend watching it ever. But yeah, the Lazarus Effect. So next one is for Home. I wanted to do a review when it came out. Got too lazy. Didn't do it. So Home is about an alien named O, voiced by Jim Parsons, who meets with Rihanna's Tip. Yes. Because the aliens have invaded Earth and they're letting people live in some kind of like, almost like they create like homes for them and all that good stuff. Rihanna's trying to find her mom. Tip is trying to find her mom, voiced by Jennifer Lopez. Okay, and yeah, of course she befriends O, and it's predictable as heck. But I'm a sucker for animated movies, so I liked it. So Home, it has beautiful animation, really likable characters, great voice acting, some quite original ideas. I love the idea of a car that runs on slushies. That's cute to me. And yeah, I like that kind of thing. And the chemistry between the characters was of course great. But there were times where it lacked in pacing, though it's only like an hour and a half. Just a couple scenes that just not really. And it is predictable and cliche as heck. It does nothing to be original. Well, I don't really know how to explain. There's original concept in there somewhere. There's some like original ideas, as I like the car around the slushies, the humans living in these like, I don't know. It was a bit confusing there, but yeah, that was all cool and all. But yeah, so it was fun while it lasted. So I'm gonna give Home a B minus. It's solid. But yeah, so my next review is for Run All Night, which is surprisingly a really good movie. I shouldn't have been surprised. I actually liked the Unknown and Nonstop, and I liked Run All Night. Liam Neeson was really good. His character was great. His relationship with the son, I bought it. What's his name? Joel Kinnaman from RoboCop was in this, the old RoboCop, new RoboCop. he was good. Ed Harris was in it. He was good. So yeah, character is good. Cinematography great. What's the characters again? Wow, chemistry really good. Conversations between Ed Harris and Liam Neeson were really cool, and I like the concept. The premise was really good, but it was really slow at times. It took a bit to get going, and when it did, some of it felt a bit overwhelming for me. But I did enjoy the movie overall, so I'm gonna give it on like a B. You can see I'm really rushing through these, but it was really good, but nothing like amazing. My next review is for Ryan Gosling's news or his directorial debut, Lost River. So Lost River is a movie. I don't know. What was this movie really about? There wasn't a central thing. Matt Smith plays a crazy guy. What's her name from Mad Men? Gets a job at this like club that has like the violent, like the thing with it is like the violence, and violence is some kind of fetish, and her son is I don't know. He's like investigating this old dinosaur theme park that has been turned into a reservoir. It's a weird freaking movie. But it is a beautiful movie at that. It looks beautiful. It's not the best of movies. It's really incoherent and inconsistent at times. It does have some pacing problems. It's not really hard to understand. It's not really. It's kind of hard to understand at times. Not understand what the story is, but meshed together they don't work. Ryan Gosling had all these different ideas when making this movie, and they all didn't mesh together well. So, yeah. But Matt Smith is amazing. He's the standout in this movie for me. As a crazy guy, he sells it. Whoa. He sells that. But yeah, I liked him. And the rest of the actors were good. And as I said, this is a weird movie. It's going to turn people off. So, it's solid overall. So, I'll give Lost River a B-. Solid. My next review is for The Gunman. The Gunman. This is a really boring movie. What was The Gunman about? Sean Penn is like, he doesn't want in this, like, this, he's basically a mercenary, and I don't know, he doesn't want the game anymore, so he tries to settle down, but they have other plans for him, you know, and that sends him across Europe on a run, and I didn't like this movie. Sean Penn was good. Yeah, he was good. Everyone giving fine performances, but wasted potential. Like, this movie could have been way better than it was. It was directed by the guy who did the first Taken. We haven't gotten a good Taken movie since the first. Yeah. I was disappointed in this movie. It's really slow, really dull, and when action does happen, it's really solid. I enjoyed a lot of the aspects of the movie. Like, it had a lot of good ideas. There were times where I was really entertained. I liked the ending, but I don't know. It was really boring at times and dull, and I wasn't that interested in the story. So for that reason, I'm gonna give The Gunman a C-. It's not the terrible movie, but it's not really good. So my next review is for Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. It's kind of sad that I'm giving Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 a higher rating than The Gunman. I actually didn't hate this movie. I didn't like it by any means. It's not a good movie. It's bad, but it's not terrible. Like I thought. I mean, there were times where I laughed. It was entertaining. It was fast-paced. Kevin Smith is a really likable guy. So yeah, and I laughed sometimes. There were times where I laughed. I liked the first, so that kind of explains why I didn't hate this one. But it was entertaining overall. It's definitely way too stupid at times, and that just a bit over the top. It didn't need to be. And yeah, it's a stupid movie, but it's entertaining, and it's predictable as heck. But I'll give Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 a C. And my last review is for the new horror movie Unfriended. finally we're here. To the end of my mini reviews. Let's just see how long this is taking. Man, 15 minutes. That's gonna be such a pain to edit. So Unfriended is about, it takes place on a girl's computer, the whole movie, and I'm terrible when it comes to explaining the plot synopsis. I don't ever know where to start with them. Once I start with them, I kind of know where to keep going. But so we'll start with this. Laura Barnes was a girl who is sort of friends with these people, but because of cyberbullying and videos that were uploaded, or a video that was uploaded to her, she was driven to suicide. And now she's coming back to get revenge through the computer in a Skype call with this main girl and her friends. I actually didn't mind this movie. It was solid enough. It wasn't anything I'll remember a year from now, but it was entertaining while it was on. There were some creepy moments at times. Like, yeah, there were some creepy moments, and there were some really humorous moments, which worked for the most part. Some jokes fall flat, but the rest, pretty solid. They were funny enough. It lit the tension, because you don't want too much tension, mainly because when there is a lot of tension, they don't deliver on it. Nothing's there, you know, there's some jump scares. Aren't that effective at all, obviously. But I was entertained. It's disposable fun. There was some decent acting. Characters, cool. I like the way, this thing, I'm not gonna say how all this is happening, or what's going on here, and who uploaded the video, and all that stuff. But the way this thing gets these friends to turn against each other, I thought was cool. Like, nice little psychological thing going on there. That was cool. And as I said, there were some creepy moments at times. It was intense. My eyes were glued to the screen at times. That was cool. It creates a really realistic atmosphere with, like, you know, the little things, like the noises, like pop-ups will make, and all these little things. That was really cool. Created a good atmosphere. That was fun to see. So yeah, but Unfriended, yeah, it's solid. Nothing great or anything. So I'll give Unfriended a B-. So that is not all the movies I've seen. I haven't reviewed. I saw like Woman in Black 2, and Taken 3, and Match to the Stars, and Boy Next Door, Black Hat. I saw those movies. I saw some more, but I saw Man with the Iron Fist 2, which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I didn't want to do a review of that, too. But yeah. So those weren't all the movies. I just wanted to do some reviews of some of these movies that I've missed lately. Or, not that I missed, I've seen them, obviously, but that I didn't review. But yeah, so, man, almost took a 20-minute video. Yep. But yeah, so, peace.